evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the ICCA Academy Oval number 2 for the SkyX.net presents ICCA Academy Arabian Cricket League 2022-2023 powered by FanCode. Well, it's match number 28 tonight. It's Ajman Hereos taking on Infusion Invergy Lions, and this should be a very closely contested affair. Well, we have no time to waste. Let's go downstairs to the middle where we have Srijit PS with the toss.
Toss time here in ICC Cricket Ground Oval 2, and this is match number 25th in SkyExchange.net presents ICC Academy Arabian Cricket League powered by FanCode. We have got two teams today. Ajman Hereos playing their very first match in this tournament, and then we have IIL Infusion Invergy Lions. So I've got two skippers. Towards your right is Ajman Hereos captain, who is Adnan, and towards next to him is match referee Tasneem Javed, and towards extreme right is stand-in skipper for Waqas for IIL. He is Anwar. So home team is Ajman Hereos, which means he will flip the coin. Heads is the call. It is head. So, congratulations. You won the toss. What have you decided to do?
We have a ball first.
Any specific reason?
This is second time here, too much dew there. So, I am respects this team. Is a very good team. So, I will try to 160, 150, respect this team and target. Achieve this target.
किस तरीके से आप स्टार्ट देखते हैं? पावर प्ले कितना क्रूशियल रहने वाला है, स्पेशली जब ड्यू फैक्टर भी आ सकता है?
वो इसीलिए हम फास्ट बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं कि फास्ट में थोड़ा सा बॉलर को थोड़ा सा हेल्प मिलता है, स्विंग होता है बॉल, थोड़ा सा बॉल इधर टू पेस आता है, थोड़ा सा ऊपर आता है, तो इसलिए हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं. हमारा थर्ड फोर्थ मैच है, तो कोशिश कर रहे हैं इंशाल्लाह जितना अच्छा उनको कर सकें तो इजीली टोटल चेस कर सकें. गुड टीम.
2-2 है, दो मुकाबले जीते हैं, दो मुकाबले में हार का सामना करना पड़ा है. उम्मीद करते हैं जीत के साथ आप एक नई शुरुआत आप करें. ऑल द बेस्ट. सो या देयर यू गो. अदनान, हार्ड लक. What would have you done on this surface?
Well, since it's our first game, we would have looked at how the pitch is behaving, so we wanted to field first as well. But not an issue. We are here to play our game. We'll stick to what we know and let the game decide how it works.
But you're batting first on this surface, remember?
Yeah, it's actually good. You know, it's good to see initially how the wicket reacts, and then we can assess and set up a total.
Since this is your very first game, so what will be your strategy, and how many bowlers you are playing today? I mean spinners.
Well, we've got majority of spinners combination in the side, but again, looking at the small boundary, we have to utilize the bowlers smartly, and let's see how it progresses. We'll see.
All the very best for your first game, mate.
Thank you.
So there you go. IL has won the toss, and they will have a bowl first.
Well, that's the news from the center that Infusion Invergy Lions have won the toss and elected to bowl first. Let's run through the two team lineups for you. For the Heroes, it's going to be Adnan Arif, Saqib Ali the wicketkeeper, Mohammad Ajmal, batting all-rounder, Sagar Kalyan, classy opener, Khalid Shah, big hitting left-hand batter, top-order batter, Rahul Chopra. We know all about his skills. Wajahat Rasool, another powerhouse, Nasir Aziz, aka The Dawn, former UAE international player, Muzammil Qasim Khan, very interesting leg spin bowler, watch out for him, Sultan Ahmed, left arm spinner, former UAE international, and of course the rising star of UAE, all-rounder Sanchit Mohan Sharma. And for Infusion Invergy Lions, it's Waqas Tariq the captain, Hasibur Rahman wicketkeeper, Ehtisham Siddiqui, Sayyid Mohammad Danish, Junaid Javo, Bijay Chetri, Mohammad Umar this time with the A in the middle, Shahnawaz, Mohammad Anwar Khan, and Kamran Salim completes their playing 11. Right then, the two Ajman Heroes openers out there in the middle. Looks like it's going to be Khalid Shah and Mohammad Ajmal, and opening in the com box alongside me. A very familiar name, a very familiar voice. Super Neil Oja. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ahmed. Well, yeah, it's going to be an exciting encounter. Ajman Heroes got some really interesting names in that lineup. But I can tell you one thing, that as the weather is changing, getting cooler and cooler day by day, it just gets a little tricky as far as bowling second is concerned.
Most certainly, like you mentioned, as it's getting cooler, the action in the middle is heating up. Match number 28 of the tournament. We still have plenty more to go. We're not even halfway through the Arabian Cricket League, and this one has a lot of value. Ajman Heroes finally making their debut in the Arabian Cricket League, and they want to start on a winning note and good intent. I like the game Mohammad Ajmal has, attacking player, and Infusion Invergy lines. They played for 1-2 and lost 2, so they would like to make a statement against the big boys. Plenty of big reputations in that Ajman Heroes lineup. And Khalid Shah, well, he'll be looking to get going. It's a very good batting track once you get past the new ball, Neil.
Oh, absolutely. Get those runs going. Khalid Shah, very, very handy cricketer. Fine top order bat. Brilliant in the field as a wicket keeper as well. So you utilize him as you want. But right now the role will be absolutely fixed. Need to get some runs and need to get them really quick at the top.
It's going to be Muhammad Umar, number 19, taking the new ball from the academy end. Of course, standard rules in T20. 6 overs of power play, only 2 fielders allowed, and then you can spread them wherever you like. Of course, you still need a minimum 4 from overs 7 to 20. And he looks a big strapping lad. Let's see if he can hit the seam and get that ball to nip around on a greenish track.
Well, yeah, early movement always helps. They're just fine-tuning the field. They've taken an awfully long time to set the field.
Well, absolutely. In fact, we're overtime, so match referee Mr. Tehseen Javed will not be amused. Oh, well, it's Kamran Salim with the new ball. Here we go, then action is finally underway. And nicely tucked around the corner. There is a deep fine leg in place. So Khalid Shah is underway, as are the Heroes.
Well, yeah, down the leg side, watching the ball, letting the ball come very close to him and playing it. Soft hands. That's sensible. Ajmal will be on strike. One of these guys will be taking the responsibility to go big. I wonder if it's going to be Ajmal. Left and right combination always troubles the field.
I would have expected Adnan Arif to open the innings if Adnan al-Mulk is not in the side, the usual skipper. But they've trusted Ajmal. Beautiful cut shot, but straight to the cover fielder. So perhaps he's in good touch, timing the ball well, feet are moving.
Well, important that the feet move. but he'll have to try and play these shots in the gap, because that boundary that he tried to pierce towards point is a very, very long boundary. So he'll have to have some timing, a little bit of power to ensure that he gets the boundary.
Yeah, fair distance away. Upish this time, just short of the mid-off. Well, that was a good stop in the end. That ball was travelling, and they will scamper for one.
No, you're right. There's a very, very good save. Put in that effort, stop the ball, ensured that nothing more than a single is given. I reckon it's a good start for the Lions. Just singles, that's what they've been dealing in. Khalid comes on strike.
Well, immediately Kamran Salim is trying to dry the ball, so perhaps that dew has come in as a nuisance very early. It's about 9 p.m. local time, so it's on schedule. Beautiful flick over the square leg fielder, and that may be the first boundary of the night. Yes, it is. Nicely done by Khalid Shah.
Well, yeah, he's a class act, and look at the way he got onto that ball beautifully. Gauged the bounce of the ball, shuffled across to play this, and just over the infield. That's enough.
Just shows how good a surface it is. He did that so easily. He can trust the bounce. Decent amount of pace in this track as well. Used it against the bowler. So Ajman Hereos looking solid. Khalid Shah looking very solid. They need him to get a big score. He's a big match player.
Indeed he is. Salim is a big unit. Shortish run up. Again played it off the hips. There's a chase that's on. Long boundaries will ensure that they get a couple of runs here, and they'll still keep Khalid on strike.
Yeah, not finding the movement Kamran Salim is looking for. That ball is just drifting into the pads, and that won't trouble Khalid Shah. He's very good off his legs. Not seeing that early swing we've seen in a lot of games. Perhaps could be because the ball is getting wet immediately. You can't keep one side dry. Get a shine on, and that has been creamed, but straight to backward point. That ball was travelling.
That indeed was. That's going to sting him. 1 over gone. It's 9 for none.
Muhammad Umar, well, this man is a very exciting player. Still remember his performance a couple of match days ago. Absolutely outstanding, heroic show. Almost won the game for the Lions. Bowls at good pace and strikes the ball really hard as well. Watch out for him.
Well, yeah. What I liked about the first over, though, Ahmed, there were no extras. No wides, despite the fact that there was a right hand left hand combination on play.
He did a good job, Kamran. Oh, this time beats the outside edge. Peach of a delivery, and Khalid Shah giving it due appreciation.
Well, yeah, that's a good start there by Omar. Khalid Shah 8 of 5.
Well, how long have we been watching Khalid Shah, Neil? Must be around 5-6 years. He's performed all over the UAE against all teams. That one just kept a touch low. Perhaps finding a spot on the pitch.
Oh,
Inside edge. That was slightly casual.
well, indeed. Indeed, wanted to just go for the drive. No foot movement. Ball getting the inside edge. Lucky that it didn't go ahead and meet the stumps.
And Mohammad Ajmal, his partner, is telling him he's getting the ball going across. You be careful. Try to play with the straighter back. He's looking for that big expansive square drive. And with the bowler of his speed, it's not so easy.
They've got point, they've got gully. Just because Omar can bring the ball, take the ball away from the batter. Slightly short there. Wanted to pull, again no connection. 3 dot balls. This is, mind you, a 20 over game and you got 3 dot balls on the trot.
Excellent change of length, surprised him with the bouncer. And Khalid Shah was not prepared, so this is a good little battle going on here between Mohammad Umar and Khalid Shah. A top young fast bowler and an experienced, classy left-hand opener. That's what I like to see Khalid Shah opening. I don't like when he bats 1 down, 2 down. I feel that's his most natural role.
With you on this completely, Ahmed. Khalid Shah opening the innings, getting those runs, utilizing the power play overs.
Oh, this time he's pinged it over extra cover. What a statement, 6 runs.
But yeah, we've been talking about this man. Utilize him in the power play, let the hard new ball come onto his bat and he'll keep flying like this. Maximum coming in for Khalid Shah.
Wow, that is one of the shots of the tournament for me. Unbelievable. Right out of the middle of the stick, and with that extra power. You don't see 6s over extra cover in the second over of a match very often. That's more like it.
Well, the numbers have changed, the stats have changed in just one delivery. It looked like a good over so far. Just 3 dot balls and then a booming 6er coming in from Khalid Shah.
Incredible shot. This time that square drive. Oh, just gets a hand on it, the fielder. It's burst through. He's really timing the ball here. Are they going to push for 3? They're going on the throw. They'll make it comfortably. Excellent running, Mohammad Ajmal and Khalid Shah.
Now it's a very, very, very long boundary that, and probably that was the reason why the fielder could somehow manage to stop the ball. And on the throw, can you run? Oh yes, if you're throwing from that boundary, you definitely can run. No danger whatsoever.
They're super fit, these two, and they'll always be pushing for that extra inch in every game. Let's see if Ajmal. Sometimes it can be a bit off-putting when you see your partner slamming the ball all over the place and you're still on 1 off 2. But he's relatively inexperienced lad. Oh, that was a quick one. Rushed onto him. So a bit of a mixed bag over there from Omar. 18 for none. This time big swish outside off stump. That is sometimes an issue with Khalid Shah. When he's in good touch, he can be a bit rash. I want him to concentrate hard. We've seen 300s in the ACL already. Get the 4th. You're timing the ball well. You're already smashing it to all parts. And this pitch will help you in run scoring.
Well, yeah, the ball comes nicely onto the bat, barring a couple of balls that'll probably stay low. Those are those odd deliveries, again trying to angle the ball in.
Shy at the stumps, but Ajmal was well in, given us leg buys. And you can see there is a concerted plan by Kamran Salim. Do not offer width outside off to Khalid Shah.
That I think is a good idea. Khalid Shah is a beautiful player on the offside, but at the same time, once he gets adapted to the bounce of the wicket, he can play on the onside as beautifully.
Oh, absolutely. 1 of 3 for Mohammad Ajmal. Just looking for that boundary. Forcing shot over the offside ring. Not timed at all. They will pick up 2.
Yes, so if you see the plan there, they're trying to bowl outside off to Ajmal because that's where the long boundary is, not giving him anything on the pads. While for Khalid Shah, bowl him on the body, let him take on to the long side of the boundary. I think that's sensible. Knowing your field, knowing the dimensions always helps.
Apesh just over the extra cover, left of that bid off. Ajmal living on the edge here. He's played 2 or 3 aerial shots now, just over the fielders.
Yeah, again trying to go aerial, trying to hurry it over the infield to get that little extra momentum, by means of which if the ball can reach the boundary, that'll be great, but not to be so. A couple of runs nonetheless. 5 runs so far in this over.
He's bowled a very good length through Ajmal. Nothing full, nothing too short. Oh, this time attempted Yorker and safely takes the single to mid-on. You can see he's a bit apprehensive there.
You're right. Hasn't been able to connect one right in the center of the willow. On the other hand, Khalid has been doing it from literally ball number 1. He'll be on strike for the last ball. Khalid Shah 17 of 18. This over has been good so far, just 6 runs. Can he spoil it? Khalid Shah, can he go for a big one, or can Salim stay on top?
Guys, not too badly, to be honest. Oh, beats him outside off. Extra bounce for the big lad. Nicely bowled. 24 for none at the end of 3. Mohammad Umar continues. Oh, beautiful shot over point this time. It's all hands from Mohammad Ajmal. Glorious.
Beautifully played there. First boundary for him, and that'll give him some amount of confidence. He was trying to get the ball, nudging, pushing, playing the aerial ones, not really getting that connection. But now, look at this one. Beautifully done.
That's so good to watch. Just the flow of his wrists, the way he manipulated the ball. Fantastic. The Heroes looking very, very solid. Oh, this time the pull. He's trying to pull off the front foot there, Neil. That is the issue.
And not too many can do that. I know a certain Rohit Sharma who does that beautifully. Just looks so audacious when he does that. Ruthless.
Well, I think he has to go down in history as the top 5 players of the horizontal bat shots. Maybe the likes of Ricky Ponting, Brian Lara. You can mention Mr. Rohit Sharma among them easily. This time, flat batted, beats the mid-on, bit of a misfield. And will that hit the fence? Yes, it will. A rare mistake there by the Lions. That was poor.
That definitely was poor. That should have been cut. But an error in fielding, which means... Oh, now, oh, look at this. It didn't really go down. You need to go down like an aeroplane. That's landing. You got to land there behind the ball. Didn't do that. A boundary there.
Junaid Javo there at mid-on, struggling to get down. And the captain has to be switched on here. If you see a fielder struggling, get him out of those hot spots. Very short, still chased it. Mohammad Ajmal. The periscope was up. Given there by umpire Mujahid, a new young emerging umpire on the scene, alongside of course Mr. Vipin Singh, very experienced. Projected scores are looking pretty threatening already. They're going along very nicely. 9.4. Oh, this time it's skewed up, mid off. Takes a wonderful grab. Muhammad Umar eventually gets his man Ehtisham Siddiqui there. Going backwards at mid off, completes the take.
One big shot too many for Ajmal. Had been going aerial almost every single time. Leading edge went up in the air, and Ehtisham paddling backwards took a catch. These are not easy, mind you, but he made it look so simple. Ajmal gone. First wicket down for the Heroes.
New batter in, very familiar face there, Sagar Kalyan, stylish right hand batter, usually opens the innings, so I'm slightly surprised to see him at 3, but fair enough. Still coming out there early in the piece. Excellent player. Watch out for that lofted extra cover drive. He makes it look extremely easy, but Muhammad Umar had to toil for that wicket, but he's got it now.
Well, yeah, did pay the price of a couple of boundaries in this over, set him up and got that wicket. Sagar Kalyan now will be facing him, coming in the 4th over like you mentioned, a regular opener.
Of course, there is that new ICC regulation that the new batter must face, no crossing allowed. And healthy pace and bounce there for Umar, slightly wide, and Sagar Kalyan very watchful. You need to give due respect to the new ball at the ICC Academy here, Neil.
100%, and especially if the bowlers are able to get the movement through.
Well, slight confusion. There was a wide in the over and there's another one. But Muhammad Umar unleashing his fury on the ball, and it's gone even wider. Could this delivery produce a wicket though, Neil? Then Ajman Heroes will not be so happy.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right. That one delivery could change the game, maybe. Maybe if they pick the wicket of Sagar on this one, or maybe get a run out. Oh,
Peach of a delivery. Mujahid lets it go this time. And that will conclude the over. 34 for 1. Shah Nawaz, the new bowler being introduced. I haven't seen much of him. Let's see what he gets out of the surface. Left arm spinner. Oh, Khalid Shah. Almost bowled there. How did that miss the off sting?
oh, lucky him. I tell you, he's so lucky. He should just go and buy a lottery today. Khalid Shah. Just millimeters away.
Well, fair enough that the matchup suits you, Khalid Shah, but you could at least take a couple of deliveries as sighters. This time it went away from him. Very interesting bowler, Shah Nawaz. And it's still another dot ball, so being very watchful now. Khalid Shah there. Looked pretty innocuous to start, very low arm angle, but he has that one that moves away from the left-hander. This time, no more funny business. Smoked over long off for a maximum.
Yeah, very rarely do you get to see in modern day cricket that batter will take time to settle in, try and understand what the bowler was bowling. This time Khalid says, listen, you got one in, one out. I'm not letting you turn the next one. Right on the half volley. Picked it up, maximum.
That went into the ICCA Academy glass wall with a serious thud just to the right of us. Oh, short ball. Didn't get up as he would have liked though. So Shah Nawaz needs to find his length here. Otherwise he will be carted for runs.
The other day, Shah Nawaz picked up 4 wickets, giving away just 19 runs, was the player of the match. It's a good handy wicket taking option.
Khalid Shah goes downtown and he's gonna build an apartment there. Maybe even a suite. That's a huge 6.
Well, yeah, the ball got wings, I can tell you that, and took a flight as soon as it connected Khalid Shah's bat. Bang, she went. Flying in the night sky, maximum.
That is Khalid Shah at his best. Using his feet against the spinners. Beautiful intent, and look at that bat swing. New balls please, that's not coming back. So 2 maximums in the over. Fired in, down the leg side. Expected comeback from a bowler. And it's given as a leg by, so it did flick something there. Expensive over. 13 off it, 47 for 1. Ehtisham Siddiqui coming into the attack. So both fast men being rotated. And joining me in the comm box is Srijit PS. Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm good, mate. Good evening to all our viewers. Remember, Ehtisham, the leading wicket taker for his side.
Yeah, good honest seamer. Forced off the back foot into the gap. And there's a big chase on here. Just about reined in by Shahnawaz. Only going to be 2. Khalid Shah, he's raced into the 30s in no time. And looking very solid out there.
Absolutely. That line won't really help Ehtisham because he was very lucky. Any given day, Khalid would get a boundary on that. Needs to be more towards off-stump corridor of uncertainty.
Oh, look at that delivery seaming in. Nicely bowled by Ehtisham. Former UAE under 19 player, so he certainly has the caliber.
Look at that. On the off stick, sit back in, and no clue. I think slightly towards fourth stump. Then he can be a prime contender for LBW.
Final over of power play. Still got that ring field on the offside, that deep third, and a deep square leg. Orthodox fast bowlers field. Oh, way down the leg side, and the keeper has missed it too. Well, that is one of his issues. He just sprays the ball around a little bit. 5 wides.
Not able to control on that occasion. Not able to control the swing. Look at that. There was movement, but not in right areas. Need to someone, especially the skipper, will have to go to Ehtisham with that extras. 50 comes up. 54 for 1.
Solid start for the men in yellow. They've gotten the boundaries when required. Did lose the wicket of Mohammad Ajmal. It's been plain sailing. There it is. And straight to the cover fielder. Well, that ball was travelling.
I'm very surprised, Ahmed, that when he is able to swing the ball that much, should bowl slightly fuller and invite the batsman to come on to the front foot. If he's bowling back of length, won't really trouble someone like Khalid.
I think he's trying to bowl too quick here at the Sham. That's the issue. Where then he loses control. There you go once again down the leg side. Trying to do too many things at once.
Absolutely, that would be a great delivery for a right-handed batsman, but not for Khalid. Looking really strong. They need to break this partnership, and especially need to get that man Khalid back.
Sagar Kalyan has contributed 0 to this partnership of 22. That just shows you the form that Khalid Shah is in. Over the wicket and right on the money there. That's nicely bowled.
Good thinking there by Ehtisham, coming over the wicket, and slightly away swinging delivery. That would be an interesting tussle between Sagar Kalyan and Ehtisham.
A very classy player, Sagar. So good against spin. Usually opens the innings, but they've used him at 3 in this game. I wonder if that's a long-term strategy or just an experiment for the opening game of theirs in the Arabian Cricket League. Look at that booming drive over cover point. That has gone to the boundary in the blink of an eye.
Was in the air for a long time, but clear the infield. Poor bowling. Look at that. Stand and deliver.
Yeah, that's a long half volley if there ever was one. Right in the slot. And he had no two thoughts about it. Dispatched. So Sagar Kalyan is underway. Now he's adding to the partnership. No more the silent partner. Oh, that one didn't get up. He was looking for the pull shot. And a mixed bag of an over from Ehtisham comes to an end. 60 for 1 at the end of power play. A lovely cool evening here at the ICC Academy, and our match referee Mr. Tehseen Javed keeping a close eye on proceedings. Very senior and very well respected member of the UAE domestic scene, and he's played a lot of first class cricket back in Pakistan against the greatest of them all back in his youth. Love to hear his stories, playing alongside the likes of Javed Miandad, Wasim Raja, Imran Khan, to name a few. There's going to be another change in the bowling then. Sayyid Muhammad Danish coming into the attack. And so far so good for the Heroes, but the Lions need to make something happen here, Srijit.
Without any doubt, can Danish be that bowler who can break this partnership?
Big swing for him immediately. So he is getting that ball to just hoop around. Needs to be a lot straighter though.
Bowlers are getting some assistance off the surface. Look at that movement I'm talking about. But he should be bowling somewhere around middle and off stick. They need to make sure that they are getting that line and length correct.
Quick arm action. Oh, Khalid Shah trying to be expansive as always. Bit of a cheeky grin. Oh, what are you doing there, Khalid Shah? A reverse of a point? That would be fun to see.
Good thing is that the moment he reduced the pace, the batsman found it very difficult. We saw that yesterday. Even fast bowlers were rolling their fingers. That could be a good option.
Oh, down the leg side. Well, he's just spraying it like a scatter gun currently, trying too many things. Current run rate is 10.1. Well, that suggests we'll have a big run chase later in the evening.
Was trying to bowl this in-swinging delivery. Look at his wrist when he released that ball.
Swiped across the line. There is a long on in place though. So he is looking to be positive against him. And perhaps with that positivity you could create an opportunity for a wicket.
And for that you need to bowl in right areas. And especially intention from these two batters are pretty clear. On to attack from the very first ball, putting pressure.
Flicked away just over short fine leg. Well, couldn't really call that a chance. That would have been a stunning catch.
Absolutely. He swiveled as he played that one over. Short fine leg. Look at that. Very close. Good try from the fielder there.
Well, that would have been the catch of the tournament by some distance. Streaky boundary for Sagar, but he'll certainly take it. Asam Danish once again struggling with his control. Oh, it's a big full toss. Waiting for the umpire signal. He said it's fine. What happened there?
I remember during club cricket matches, coaches used to tell, if you are not able to swing the ball, if you are not able to control the new ball, cross seam is the mantra.
Yeah, that could certainly help. Asam Danish, hard to predict what he's going to do next. Attempted short ball and just pulled. And he's kicking himself not for dispatching that to the fence. He read that very early.
The sign of a classy batsman. The moment he bowled at length, he was on to it. Was not happy for sure because he could have got a boundary.
Yeah, perhaps showing that the pitch is not as quick as we think when you bang the ball in. A bit of that tennis ball bounce. Beats him outside off. So in the end, he somehow only conceded 8 runs. 68 for 1 at the end of 7. Well, 12 extras in just 7 overs. That's a poor effort so far, Srijit. They need to pull their socks up. Ehtisham Siddiqui was spraying it around in the first over. Let's see if he can come back better in his second.
Picked up 5 wickets in the tournament so far for his side. Expectations are high from him. Very expensive in the very first over that he bowled.
Yeah, they're missing 2 of their key bowlers, Atiq Shabir and Waqas Tariq. They usually take the new ball for the Lions, so it has to be the younger brigade who have to step up against a quality opposition. Oh, way down the leg side again, and this might be 5 wides. No. Oh, hang on there, almost lost his balance and stepped onto the rope.
But I have to say, good effort from the fielder there. But the problem is they're not able to control the swing.
Let's take a look here. Lost his footing, and yeah, that was well in though, thankfully. Again, runs being gifted. 3 runs added without much effort for the Heroes. I can understand because the 2 batters at the crease come with a big reputation, but you still have to bowl the right areas. A good ball will dismiss anybody.
Slightly shot outside the off stump, cut away. What a shot that! 4 runs.
Beautifully done, Sagar Kalyan. That's meat and drink for him. Short, wide, and just use those wonderful wrists of his. Take a look at this, Srijit. Just lofting the ball. It's too easy.
Was in a great position to play that shot. He knew that there was no protection. Played it over. Point fielder's head for 4. That takes his score to 13. Pressure on Ehtisham now.
He just keeps bowling too many boundary balls along with the wides. Needs to work on his consistency. Oh, that's a beauty this time. He foxed him there, slow one. And Sagar Kalyan, creating that room, got away from him.
I still believe that on the surface, you have to bowl slower deliveries, you have to bowl cutters to survive. We saw that in yesterday's match where even fast bowlers were trying it to good effect. I think they must try this.
Most certainly, completely agree with you. Better delivery. Third man in, and the throw was off target. They didn't take the single in the end, so good intent. But exactly going at 10 runs per over, they have to rein it in somehow. And as long as Khalid Shah is there, they'll be afraid of putting Shahnawaz into the game, the left arm spinner.
He can use his feet, get to the pitch of the ball, and can play big shots.
Full toss, wristy flick through wideish long on, and it beats the fielder. Sagar Kalyan, that's a wonderful shot on the leg side.
He's very strong off and on the onside as well. We saw in this over a cut shot towards backward point, and now very risky. It was on the offside, and he picked it really nicely.
Well, usually your eyes light up when you see a full toss. You try to overhit it, but not Sagar. He just knew, I just want to beat that long on, and found that angle, created that angle in fact. Wonderful batter. That's his quality. Oh, that's kept a touch low. It's beaten everything and everyone. 5 wides again.
Seeing it for the first time, pitch has started misbehaving. We'll look at the replay. It kept a bit low and was very lucky that was in line with the stumps, otherwise would have gone.
Well, Hasibur Rahman behind the stumps is having a nightmare of a day. Variable bounce, and well, he should have collected this one. That's a poor effort. Ehtisham, unlucky there.
They're not able to choke. 84 runs on board.
Flicked behind fine leg. That will certainly be a boundary. Into his own dugout. Beautiful shot, Sagar Kalyan.
He's very risky in this particular over. 2 shots towards onside, 1 towards mid wicket, another towards backward square leg. Look at that head position. Look at that wrist work. Magnificent.
Yeah, that's a nothing delivery. Ehtisham is leaking runs big time. None for 33 in just 11 deliveries. I think it's reached that stage that the captain will have to cover his 2 overs.
And we are talking about Ehtisham, who is the leading wicket taker for his side.
Oh, that's a full toss. A slower one. And Sagar has missed out. Another expensive over comes to an end. 88 for 1. So Shah Nawaz being reintroduced into the attack. Well, Khalid Shah has been cooling his heels at the non-strikers end for a couple of overs. The matchup is right up his alley. He already smashed 2 maximums of Shah Nawaz. Let's see if he'll continue in that vein. Oh, just a poor delivery, a filthy delivery in fact. Tickled around the corner for 4.
I thought it was a brave move, but no, it was very defensive, trying to bowl quicker, but a wayward line, got the treatment. This is not the line, this is not the length you expect from a spinner. You toss the ball up, and so far we have seen a defensive move from the opposition.
Under pressure early in the over. This time it's gone. Many a mile in the air. Fielder settling. And Shah Nawaz gets his revenge. Got and bowled. And Khalid Shah couldn't resist. And couldn't time the ball there. Good catch.
This is what you need to do as a spinner. Toss the ball up. Let the batsman manufacture the shot. And exactly what happened. Was in the air for a long time. It's not an easy task to position yourself under the lights, and he made it look really simple. So the partnership which we are talking about has been broken. Khalid Shah is out for 37, and it's 92 for 2.
Rahul Chopra coming in at number 4. Excellent player. Really solid technique. Comfortable against pace and spin. The right man to come in at this stage of the game. He'll keep the scoreboard busy.
Slightly.
Beautiful cut shot behind point. And they should take two quite comfortably. That is his strong zone, playing those horizontal bat shots outside off.
Excellent thinking. Now it will be an interesting battle between two right-handers. How well they can tackle him, because the ball will be turning away from these two batters.
Well said. Oh, inside edge. That was the straight armour there. He does have good variations, Shahnawaz.
Those effective arm ball. Very confusing whether it'll turn away, whether it'll be coming in with the arm. It's very lucky.
Tried it again and played with a straight bat. They will take a single. Well, he's slightly unhappy with the non-striker, but he's well within his right to keep his ground. So maybe that'll get him fired up.
Are we seeing a wicket in the final delivery? It will be Sagar Kalyan be up against the left-arm spinner.
Attempted sweep, he fired it in and he tucked it around the corner for a boundary, waiting for the umpire signal. It's given as leg byes.
This won't help. He bowled some magnificent delivery and this one was fired in. And Sagar Kalyan, with his experience, he knew what exactly needs to be done. And 4 runs. That's it. 9 overs gone. 99 for 2. Ajman Hereos.
So Waqas Tariq being introduced late into the piece. I was wondering where he was, because he usually takes the new ball. So pardon me for saying he's not playing. Trying to side that away behind point. And most certainly I would have introduced him earlier into the attack. But let's see what he can do with a semi-old ball.
But good thing is getting that shape. But line is what he needs to focus.
Yeah, they need to rein it in for sure. This time aerial route taken and dropped at long off. Well, Muhammad Umar, one of the better fielders in the side, he's taken it on the chest, and that's another chance that goes begging.
I believe he has injured himself. It was an over pitch delivery outside the off stump. It was in the air. And he could have positioned himself, but I think couldn't judge the height. And yes.
Well, he needs a bit of a breather. Meanwhile, 100 up for the Heroes. It was the change of pace there. Off cutter, hit very hard and just rushed onto him. Yeah, that has just knocked the wind out of him. Hopefully he'll be alright. So another opportunity grasped by Infusion Invergy Lions. Rahul Chopra given a life. 100 up in very good time for the Heroes. Nicely clipped into mid wicket. They're going to push for 2 here and get it easily. Fielder. Oh, there could have been a run out. A bit of a stutter in the middle. And with a clean take, that could have been close, Srijit.
Absolutely. That been a direct hit, or even the bowler, if he had collected it cleanly, there was a chance of a run out, but that didn't happen. Good collection and good throw just above the stumps.
Well, he didn't slide his bat. That was the issue. Oh, this is a top edge. Fine leg. No, it's been grasped once again. Well, how many catches are Infusion going to drop tonight? This is getting very, very serious.
Poor piece of fielding. You need to give credit to the bowler that he is inviting these batsmen to play those wrong shots. Look at that. Was in the air for a long time. They need to do some serious thinking about their fielding.
Another opportunity given, that too to a class player like Sagar Kalyan. That can be very, very costly indeed. Both batters getting lives now. Just opening the face of the plate there. Well, will they look to clamp down now, or will they keep throwing the bat?
I think they bat deep, so definitely Sagar Kalyan will not stop. He'll try to hit each and every delivery out of the park. Look at the back lift, the way he's playing, his intention pretty clear.
Yeah, it's the first game of the tournament. Perhaps want to make a statement to everybody else in their group that watch out for us. That'll be a wide. Attempted outswinger, gone wrong. Somehow he's only conceded 6 runs in the over. Could have had a couple of wickets.
Comparing with other bowlers, yes, skipper has done well, and had those 2 catches been taken, definitely things would have been different, but that is not the case here.
Well, what's going on here? Seems to have pulled up sore a bit. Hopefully he'll be alright for his 4 overs and his batting. Just didn't get to him there. Pulled away to widest long on. Steady over from Waqas. 106 for 2 at the halfway stage for Ajman Hereos.
Shahnawaz will continue from academy and flighted delivery, played it defensively. What will be their strategy for next 10 overs? Talk about that. I've got Niloja with me. Good evening, mate.
Hey, good evening, Srijit. 106, very good score. Sagar Kalyan. Oh, there was a chance there. Direct hit, maybe that would have been curtains, but not to be so. I think what they've done here is the Heroes, they've got themselves into a very, very comfortable position with the runs.
Arm ball, played it really well right behind the line of the ball, punched it along the carpet. We have seen the moment you reduce the pace, it's very difficult to judge the pace on the surface. We saw that in yesterday's game. Rahul comes down the track, plays it towards point for a single.
Well, yeah, look at that projected score, 201 if they go at the same pace. And since they haven't lost any wicket, plus they've got a fantastic platform, they can go all the way to 220, I reckon.
Slightly shorter in length, pull shot comes in. Just a single, tad bit low, that delivery. And particularly from this side, we saw a couple of deliveries keeping bit low. Pitch has started misbehaving for sure. Final delivery, arm ball, played really well, straight to the fielder, not for any runs. 11 overs completed. Ajman Hereos 109 for 2. Anwar will continue. First delivery outside the off stump, cut away magnificently. No chance for backward point. 4 runs.
Well, yeah, new bowler and a fantastic welcome to the new bowler. Though I can tell you that it wasn't wide to cut, he made room there and toyed the boy away. Sagar Kalyan, 31 of 22. He was a spectator when Khalid Shah was batting, and now he's taken up the role of the tormentor.
Much better line, it's up in the air. Fielder coming underneath and taken. Sagar Kalyan is out for 31, looking for a big hero on the onside. Top half of the bat was in contact again, failed to judge the pace. Look at that. Finally a breakthrough, and that too dangerous. Sagar Kalyan will have to walk back. Out for 31, and Ajman Hereos 113 for 3. New batsman in is Adnan Arif. Shot wide outside the off stump. Got the treatment. Pulled it magnificently. Intention pretty clear from Ajman Hereos batters. Attack right from the very first ball.
And rightly so. There's no reason why they need to hold back. Whatever they've scored is a good score right now. And they just need to continue with the momentum.
Absolutely. Turning away. With the turn, he played it towards cover for a quick single. Good thinking there by Adnan. Got a boundary in the very first ball. And what does he do? The very second delivery, picks up a single. 9 runs already off Anwar's over. Was a googly. Couldn't really pick. And nonetheless, there was no fielder, just a single.
10 runs already of this over. Yes, he did pick that one wicket of Sagar Kalyan, but Ajman Hereos, they have no dearth of batters, and no dearth of hard-hitting quality batters. Back to the bowler, dot ball to end the over, 12-1, 119 for 3. Oh.
Shahnawaz will continue from academy end, flighted delivery on the back foot, and played it towards mid wicket for a quick single. 120 for 3 Ajman Hereos. Projected score if they go at 9.86, 194. But the way they are batting and the batters to come, I think 220 is what they'll be eyeing.
Back to the bowler, Shahnawaz. While literally everyone has been hammered and taken for runs, he's ensured that he doesn't leak too many. Picked up 1 wicket. Now on 20, he's given 23. 5 more deliveries to go. Straight to the fielder, single.
It was an arm ball. Picked up really well by Adnan Arif, but the length, especially when he's bowling those arm ball, should be slightly fuller, because batsmen, they're getting time to go onto the back foot and play it. Meanwhile, again pushing the batsman onto the back foot. I think the problem with Shahnawaz is he's bowling slightly shorter, and especially on this surface you have to be slightly quicker if you are trying those arm ball, which he hasn't done so far.
Gone aerial, but straight to the fielder. The good thing there, that every shot that they've attempted, Ajman Hereos, the good thing for the Lions is that it's gone straight to the fielder. So I personally feel that it is a deliberate effort to keep the ball slightly short. Also, he's bowling slow, he's not bowling them quick. The batters have to try hard, and he's kept the field in position for that. This one coming in, single, and that should be the over. 5 runs of the over, 13 gone, 124 for 3.
Anwar will continue. Shot wide outside the off stump. Straight to deep point. Finally is up in the circle. So his third man. For the first time, projected score is 187, which means they are going at 9.49. Wanted to reverse sweep, but it was way down the leg stump. 4 wides. 5 runs signalled. Look at that poor piece of bowling there.
What he tried to do was, when Adnan Arif came across the line, tried to tease him, tried to keep the ball away from him. and paid the price. Getting that score 129. 4 buys. Adnan Arif 7 of 7. Yeah, you're right. For the first time in the day, their run rate has come below 10 for Ajman Hereos.
Excellent delivery. Tossed up around middle and off. Played it defensively. 130 for Ajman Hereos. Remember, they are playing for the very first time in this tournament. This time slightly onto the leg stump. Attempted sweep shot, couldn't really control. Straight to the short fine leg fielder for a single.
7 runs already. And Adnan Arif is taking some time to settle in, get into the groove towards the square leg region. Again, Ibtisham ensures that the runs are not coming in face of the boundary.
It's very difficult to grip the ball. Look at that. Bowlers are having towel, and very interesting to see how well IIL batters face. Well,
What was he trying to do? What was he trying to do? Lucky there that the ball didn't crash into the stumps. End of the over. 14 gone. 133 for 3.
Salim comes and bowls. There's back of limb delivery outside the off stump. Single there. So slowly but steadily, bowlers are bowling in right areas. They're making sure that boundaries are not easily being picked by the batters. That's a good sign for IIL.
That is so true. Singles, doubles, that's all right as long as there are no wickets, there are no boundaries, and that'll probably put pressure on the batters who would be wanting to get those boundaries. Now there you go. This one screaming away towards the fence. 4 runs.
Was a magnificent square drive there, and he was in great position. Look at that, full and opening the face of the bat. Was a valiant effort from backward point, but no chance. Timing was stupendous on that occasion.
You're right. Indeed, played in that area which is manned just by one fielder. So you couldn't really do much. Salim will have to wait till the bats are being changed. Adnan Arif wants a better willow, using which he probably wouldn't have to go more hard. The different times of the play where batters pick a different bat, a heavier bat, lighter bat, round bottoms, bottom heavy, long handles, so many variants.
To up the ante for sure, to get runs quickly. They practice hard with different bats to use in different juncture. Meanwhile, full outside the off stump, played with the straight bat. just for a single. Who can forget that Mangu's bat used by Matthew Hayden. I don't know whether any other batsman used Mangu's bat other than Matthew Hayden.
1983 couple, they did use a different version of the Mangoose. This time up pitch he played and will clear the fence maximum. He doesn't need a Mangoose. He can hit with a standard willow and still get those big runs.
Was a slow one outside the off stump. Look at that. Was trying for a leg cutter, but not in right area, and paid the prize. Rahul with that biggie takes a score to 19. And we were talking about choking runs. Salim is now leaking runs in this over.
12 runs already of this over. We were talking about not giving boundaries. This is the over. Oh, that much beautiful delivery. Much better. One last delivery to go. So yeah, Kapil Dev in the 1983 World Cup did use the mongoose-ish kind of bat. The handle wasn't that long, and also the base of the bat was not as short as the mongoose is. But yeah, the concept was the same. Long handle, larger sweet spot. And this one, has it connected well enough? Not really. Straight into the hands of the fielder. Rahul perishes. This over has given us everything. It's given us boundaries, it's given us wickets. Literally everything.
There was a back of leg delivery, invitation was there, and also there was a protection in the deep, but he challenged and couldn't succeed. Straight into the hands. Excellent take, and he's out. 145 runs on board, and they have lost their fourth wicket.
Fuller delivery, played it racily, will get a couple of runs there. And to talk more about the last five, I've been joined by Ahmed Khwaja. Ahmed, welcome.
Thank you very much, Neil. Wajahat Rasool, the new batter in. Big, powerful striker of the ball. But credit to Infusion, they've just kept chipping away. Adnan Arif playing an industrious innings, pushing the ones and twos, and good pressure on the fielders. Once again, there wasn't really two there, but just making it happen. That's the right approach.
Well, yeah, they're losing wickets, but runs have to come. And I think that's a brave way to go ahead and play the shorter format. Alright, going reverse, and will he get the benefit? Not really, just a single. Not a very high percentage shot then.
Yeah, found the deep cover, even though he could have just cut the ball away. Wanted to do it the hard way. 150 up for the Heroes. And it will be very important that they execute in the last 4.5. Keep that momentum going.
Back to the bowler, dot ball. So far a good over, just 5 runs.
Yeah, he's a decent bowler. Mohammad Anwar Khan should use himself more often, to be honest.
Inside out, upish, one bounce into the fence, 4 runs.
Well, the first ball was a sighter. The second ball blasted over extra cover. Look at that, just slicing it in the air. He's a big lad, Wajahat Rasool. And that sails into the fence. Nice looking shot.
Well, yeah, we were just talking about how good this over is turning out to be. Just 5 runs on board in this over. The first 4, the 5th one goes for a boundary. 9 runs now. And it's just come to almost the run rate of the innings.
Yeah, they've steadily kept going at that. At one stage they had reached 11, but it's never come below 9. Consistent assault by all the Ajman Heroes batters. And even though they haven't got that big score to their name, it's a good team effort. Everybody chipping in with quick runs.
Umpire Mujahid there checking the damages on the ball. In match situations like these, the ball takes a lot of beating and probably shape shifting happens. But not to this one. Oh, missed it. But there's a chance of a run out if he throws well. Alright, okay, that's it. So a dot ball to end the over. 16 gone, 154 for 4. Mohammad Omar will come in. He's taken for a few runs in his first spell, 2 overs 19, though he picked up that 1 wicket.
Yeah, that seems like almost an age away when Mohammad Ajmal got out. Let's see if Umar can bounce back in this spell.
Now this time it's gone big, it's gone huge, and that'll be a maximum to start off with. Very first delivery, meets with the 6.
Well, how has he managed to make that ball travel that distance? He lost his footing, he sliced it. Take a look at this. Slower ball, read it, and he literally swung himself off his feet. A big 6 towards the academy, and Mohammad Umar under pressure once again. Adnan Arif is playing a blinder here.
But yeah, it doesn't really matter because they've already got a lot of runs on board. They have the free will to go and hit. Full toss. One taken very comfortably.
Well, his teammates in the dugout are ribbing him for not putting that full toss away, but he's doing the right thing, feeding the strike to the powerhouse Wajahat Rasool. That's orthodox cricket. Get a 6, get a single, and let your partner cash in as well.
Absolutely right. The moment you do that, after a boundary, take a single, the bowler has to now worry about the next batter. And the next batter gets you a boundary on the very first delivery. Outside edge and a 4.
Well, who would want to be a bowler? Such a cruel format. Good delivery, jagging in off the pitch, genuine outside edge, nobody had slipped, and the deep third had absolutely no chance.
165 for 4. The projected score now at about 198. I still think that they have enough in them to go beyond the 207, 210 mark.
Most certainly within reach. In fact, they would feel disappointed if they don't get up to maybe even 225. Plenty of wickets in hand, a set batter at the crease, and the opposition on the back foot.
Beautifully played, boundary. These guys are dealing in boundaries and ensuring that they provide us enough and more entertainment. 15 runs already.
Well, that was a hit me ball, full on the pads with fine leg up. You're asking for trouble. And Wajahat Rasool, he looks like trouble.
Look at his numbers there. 12, he scored a 5. And he's looking good for so much more. He's got enough time on hand to go ahead and express himself. Get those 30, 40 odd runs if he can. 3 more overs after this. Oh, hey. He's lucky there to not get the inside edge.
Still a hint of movement off the surface. Hitting the seam there, Umar. Getting it to nip back in. Although he's been carted for runs, he has that wicket taking ability. You cannot deny that. Just not been his day so far.
Oh, that happens to so many of them. So many world-class bowlers have bad days. They are your wicket-taking options, but they end up just leaking runs. 34 is given, and may be ready for more. A single there to end the over. 17 gone. 170 for 4. Anwar, and he's picked a wicket. Very first delivery. Invited Wajahat to come down. Wajahat does, but he misses everything. The ball doesn't, gets the bails, and that is the end of Wajahat.
Well, that's a fantastic delivery. Look at that. Just kissing the bails. Hasibur Rahman was in position for the stumping, but Wajahat jumping out of his crease. And that was a ripper from Muhammad Anwar Khan. Getting genuine turn off the surface. So Wajahat short and sweet innings, 13 of 8, 170 for 5. Sultan Ahmed, UAE international player, coming in at number 7. Big swish across the line. Burst through the hands of the keeper. Chance for a run out. And a direct hit might have had him there, Neil.
Oh yeah, you bet. Not one of the greatest starts there for Sultan. He definitely is a very, very experienced campaigner. But was called in to go for that run. Lucky him. He's taken some beating there. Anwar picked a wicket on the first ball. Now a single. Adnan Arif will be on strike. How far can he send this? Be a single. Now when something like this happens, all of a sudden the tide starts changing. It just turns in a direction which goes against you. The previous over was looking so good for the Heroes, and this over it looks like, oh, it's a different game altogether.
A full toss, skewed over extra cover. And yeah, they have certainly been pegged back in this over. Muhammad Anwar Khan bowling beautifully. Even though it's a wet ball in hand and he's bowling at the death. Got an important wicket of Wajahat Rasool. And he's kept them in check. This could be all the difference. A couple of good overs here.
Swing and a miss for Sultan. Now, this is coming out to be a very, very good over in the circumstances. They're just running away with getting runs every single over. Oh, he's got a hand to it, and that'll help him. Just a couple of runs. The deflection taking the ball away and closer to the fielder at long on for Sultan.
Yeah, that was hit with some power. And credit to him. He stuck his hand out there. Certainly, like you mentioned, Neil, that could have been a 4. But a very good over comes to an end. 2 for 28 on the day for Mohammad Anwar Khan. 2 for 29, pardon me. 175 for 5.
Last over, and this time drilled straight. Will the fielder catch it? Yeah, he'll take that. He will ensure that the ball doesn't go anywhere further than him.
Well, it's very important for Kamran Salim to bowl a tight over here. They've just reined it back a touch. He needs to build upon that momentum created by Anwar Khan. Sultan Ahmed, although he can bat, number 7 is slightly high for him in the batting order. I'd have him at 8 or 9. So this is a half an opportunity for the Lions to get back into the game. A beautiful paddle by Adnan Arif. Ingenious. And in fact, it's gone all the way for 6.
Humongous. Humongous is the word. The way he played it, got in that position, almost waiting for the ball for 2 days. The ball comes in and he sends it back. Thank you so much. A maximum. Adnan Arif is turning the music on in the 19th over.
Well, it certainly has that ability, those unorthodox shots. 34 of 19. This has been a wonderful cameo. Could perhaps be a match-winning cameo, in fact. And the bowler is now under the cosh, conceded an early 6. Now he has to bounce back. Can they really pile it on in this over? Get them closer to that double 100 mark.
They'll have to continue and get more of these. Almost a Yorker delivery. They've run the first one really hard. They're going for the second, and a little tumble, a little fumble, and they'll complete the 2 comfortably.
Excellent pressure placed on the fielders there. It wasn't hit with a lot of force, but enough to just outside that 30-yard ring and make that deep fielder come herring after it. And they took 2 very quickly. Superb batting here, lower down the order from Adnan Arif.
Oh, he's gone big! Where has that ball gone? Go and get that ball a return ticket, maybe a visa. It's gone far into another country.
Well, it's certainly landed in the car park, and I'm worried about Neil Oja's Ferrari. Look at that bat speed. Look at that swing. Clean as a whistle. And see you later. He's not going to come back. Bye-bye. Maximum.
They found the ball back. 190 for 5. The run rate has gone over 10, which means 200. Which is looking like that, oh, they might just reach there. Now it definitely looks like they might just cross that too.
And 200 is exactly the strike rate of Adnan Arif. He's playing a brilliant innings. Oh, this one just got stuck in the pitch there. He knew it was coming. Terribly disappointed to miss out. That was another hit me ball.
It sure was. It so surely was. Adnan Arif, 42 of 22, almost going at a 190. And looking to score a lot more. 15 already of this over. Last ball to come. Balls it wide. He goes aerial. There's a chance. And will be taken. Adnan Arif departs at the end of the 19th.
Junaid Javo latches onto a catch. That's not been the case consistently for the Lions. End of a brilliant innings. This time it was fuller and wider. Toe end of the bat. And easily held at point. But he certainly deserves a lot of applause. Fantastic innings from Adnan Arif. 42 of just 23 deliveries. 3 big sixes in that. 190 for 6 with 1 over to go. New batter in Saqib Ali at the Sham to bowl the final over. Oh, a slow one. Good change up. Mixing it up in the final over.
At the Sham, 33 he had given in the 2 overs he's bowled. It's been extremely expensive. But then this is what happens to you, the best of the bowlers, when they come around on a day like this, where the opposition is probably on a different planet altogether. Wide there.
Well, that was a close call from umpire Mujahid. Could have easily let it go. They have a good plan to Sultan Ahmed. Nothing within the arc. But that means you're flirting with that tram line. And hence, just not going his way. He's bowled 5 wides twice today at the Sham. Just got out of the wrong side of the bed perhaps. And the keeper Hasibur Rahman, he struggled big time as well. This time drilled towards wideish long on. Good fielding at the fence. Wonderful work. That ball was whistling along. They've taken 2. Inching towards that double 100 mark. 7 of 7 for Sultan Ahmed.
I think the previous wicket that fell might just be a little dent in the proceedings for Ajman Hereos. The call is for 2. They're running the second hard and will get it.
Excellent running from Sultan Ahmed. Still super fit. He really made that second run happen, although it wasn't looking possible at one stage. Good desperation. Big throw from the big fast bowler, and yeah, just made it in time. Just made it in time. So if you can't find the boundary rope, run the hard 2s. That will always work. Oh, it's a big full toss. And it's a no ball. Well, at the Sham. That is the last thing your team needed at this stage. A free hit for Sultan Ahmed.
Wow, free hit in the last over. This is turning out to be a good over from the line's perspective, but then a free hit. Where does Sultan send this? No, not a proper connection. It'll just be a single. Just a single now. That'll bring Saqib Ali on strike. 197 for 6. 2 more deliveries to go.
Well, that psychological barrier will no doubt be crossed unless Ehtisham really wants to brute over delivery. Saqib Ali, I haven't seen much of him before. New find for the Heroes. So I'm interested to see what he can produce. Most likely with the ball. It's nicely bowled, slower delivery, just nudged out to point for 1. Does the right thing. Gives the strike to the experienced Sultan Ahmed for the final ball of the innings.
Now the question is, and this is a very, very big question, will they be able to cross over the 200 mark? 198 is what they have on board. One last delivery. It's a psychological advantage to go beyond 200. And now, from a stage of very, very easy pickings, look at that, they haven't even crossed 200. 199, and Ehtisham is smiling because he knows he's done what no one expected him to do. Not give too many runs, 1, and B, not let Ajman Hereos cross over the 200 mark.
Well, 3 singles of the last 3 balls of the innings. That's a very good job indeed. So exactly 200 the target for Infusion Invergy Lions. The fielding was sloppy and the Ajman Heroes batters all contributing throughout. But 200 is a very chaseable score. I've seen it happen time and again on this surface. Let's take a look at the batting scorecard. 14 of 10 for Ajmal, 37 and 31 for respectively for Khalid Shah and Sagar Kalyan. They looked good for a big score but just gave it away. Rahul Chopra slightly laborious, 19 of 18, but the pick of the batters was Adnan Arif, a sparkling innings of 42 of 23. Wajahat Rasool contributing with some big hits, and Sultan Ahmed a runner ball 11. 31 extras. Neil Oja.
Wow, take those 31 away and you will realize that it's a half decent score on the board. As far as bowling is concerned, look at the economies. That's all you need to focus on. 675. That's the economy of Shahnawaz. I think he's done extremely well, where everyone was sitting to give runs away. And Waqas Tariq bowling that 1 solitary over and giving just 7. 2 overs for Mohammad Anwar Khan. He's given 29. Sorry, 4 overs, 29. Picked up 2 wickets, but was in that decent range, I would say, when your other bowlers have given runs at 10, 11 and 14 respectively.
Yeah, it was the spinners who really did the job. So 200 exactly is the target for Infusion Invergy Lions. Have to go at 10 runs per over. We'll take a short break and be right back at the ICCA Academy for the run chase. Should be fun. Stay tuned.
Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to live action as Sanchit Sharma. Oh, what a beautiful delivery. First up, right on the money. A little fumble in the field. And there'll be one buys. Ajman Hereos batting first today, scored 199. Fell one run short of what could have been a brilliant 200 on board, but not to be so. 200 is what the Invergy Lions have to score to win this game. Vikas and Anwar in the center, as in the com box. Joining me is Srijit.
Thank you, Neil. Excellent delivery. Away swinging delivery. Sanchit Sharma, experienced player. He knows how to trouble the batters. He knows those deliveries, wicket taking deliveries, which at any given point in time he can bowl. Remember the very first delivery that he bowled was a Yorker length, almost kissing the off stick. There's a big target, 200, which they are chasing.
Straight onto the pads, went down. What he's done is he's getting the ball to move in and out. Fantastic player. Very, very hard working lad, this guy, Sanchit Sharma. His sister plays for the UAE national side. Played the Under 19 World Cup in South Africa, Sanchit Sharma. Good pedigree.
This time drifting down the leg stump. I think from that particular length, if he can take the ball away from the right-hander, that would be stupendous. But he's trying for that in-swinging delivery. But for that, he needs to bowl somewhere around fourth or fifth stump.
You're right. His ability to move the ball in and out both is great. But you rightly mentioned, got to do a little better. But this time goes over the infield. Won't be able to clear the boundary for sure. A couple of runs nonetheless. They're going for the third. They're going for the third. And they will get it very, very comfortably. It's a long boundary where the shot was played.
Was a full length delivery outside the off stump. Invitation was on for that shot. There wasn't a convincing stroke. Remember, Anwar, he's the top scorer for Infusion Invergy Lions. This time around his pads, flicks it straight towards backward square leg. Just for a single. Sanchit is not happy.
Well, yeah. And rightly so, shouldn't be, because he's putting in the effort. And mind you, these are not necessarily bad balls. Made his international debut last year, right here on these ovals against Ireland. Sanchit Sharma. Chance of a run out there. And those are overthrows. No, luckily not. Don does a good job of cleaning it up. Shouting for a direct hit. Oh, that would have been close. First over gone, 8 for none.
Sultan Ahmed for the very first time. Left arm diagonal. Oh, there was a chance of a run out. Quicker through the air. Played it. A gentle tap towards onside and was off for a single. Look at that. The straight bat. Yes, no, yes, no.
Oh, if that had hit, he would be just running back all the way to the pavilion. Not to be so. 9 on board. Waqas 1, Anwar 5. Punching it down will be a single. Interesting to see that Ajman Hereos have started with spin attack. Though Sultan loves bowling with a new ball, he is your new ball option. And with that kind of an experience that he has since like forever. Oh, darted that one in. It was a quicker one. Lucky that there was no connection.
It's very difficult to grip new ball, especially for spinners. And an experienced contender this time around on the off stick, bat and pad together. Played it back towards the bowler, not for any runs. Excellent over this. There was the previous delivery with the seam coming into the right-handed batsman, slightly around that leg stick area. Flicked it towards onside for a single. 213 runs scored by Anwar for his side. The top scorer for Infusion Invergy lines.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. The big shout, big shout. Is that gone? Where are they pointing at? They're putting all the umpires under pressure. Anwar is like, listen, hey, what happened? Beg your pardon, that's Waqas. And where was that foot? Where was that foot? Still having a conversation. Both the batters are unmoved. And looks like they'll go back to business. And that's what it is. The umpire is changing ends. And the batters will go back to their ends. Oh, he's given them. Umpire Mujahid took his time, maybe some consultations, and finally has given him inside edge, caught behind.
It was an excellent delivery. Was trying to cut. And excellent work behind the stumps. So they lose their first wicket, and it's 10 for 1. Sanchit will continue from the academy end. Hasab is the new batsman in. Sun wraps him on the pad. It looks close. That extra bit of bounce possibly saved the batsman.
But yeah, the umpire indicating that it's the height. Let's have a look at that again. Oh yeah, hit him on the back leg, and the umpire says the height. I generally like these back leg decisions. It does put up the umpire under pressure, because if it was struck with the front foot on the front leg at that height, the umpire definitely knew that it was going up and beyond. But on the back leg, You also need to factor how close was he to the stumps. Was he really close? Was he on the line? Anwar, normally you see him, he's standing on the line. So yes, the ball probably had some distance to cover, not too much, but stump, and that might just give him that extra leeway. But I like the way Sanchit asks these questions with the ball.
This time slightly further up in the air. Long chase for the mid-on fielder. It was 2 runs. Just a single, beg your pardon. Excellent work.
Yeah, Hazib and Anwar both were ball watching, because they probably thought that Rahul might just reach there, take the catch, but not to be so.
Wasn't a confident shot at all. Good line, good length. Was in 2 minds whether the ball will be moving away or it'll be an inward shape. This time slightly around the leg stick area. Played it towards onside for an easy single.
It's a good over coming on from Sanchit. Just 2 singles. 13 for 1. 187 required. The required run rate is hovering around just under 11. And mind you, these games, if you don't score early on, the required run rate will jump up, literally. Oh, beautiful there. Beautiful, taking the pace of the ball. Wanted to push the ball away. No connection.
Talking about Sanchit Sharma, especially the release, reminds me of Shantakumar and Srishant. Not the run-up, but just after that jump, the release. This time way outside the off stump. Came down the track looking for a big one. But no, it's a dot. 3 overs gone, 13 for 1 Infusion lines. So Muzammal for the first time will come and bowl his first over, and he'll be replacing Sultan. This time down the leg stump was a quicker one, missing the batsman and the wicket keeper. 5 wides, extras. Poor piece of bowling. Was not able to grip, possibly. Look at that.
Well, yeah, that went really quick, and Sultan had to put in that chase. 18 for 1. Current run rate of 6. Look at that, required run rate 10.71. Got the ball to move in quick. Now overthrows. There was no need for that overexcited throw. Should just handed the ball back to the bowler. That'll bring Anwar on strike.
Batsman was well inside the safety of his crease. Look at the required run rate. They need boundaries. 10.75. Again drifting down the leg stump. Wide signal by the umpire. This is not the line. This is not the length you need to bowl. Sultan really bowled wicket to wicket, put pressure. Same was the case with Sanchit Sharma. He's leaking runs.
That was a much better delivery, but again, fine leg comes into play. What I see of Muzammil, when he completes his action, he turns way down the leg side, onto his left side rather, on the follow through. And that is a massive problem if you are a spin bowler who's ready to take catches, because he's almost turning 90 degrees, is not even facing the bowler, just in case if a catch comes and he'll have to undo his action and then come back to get in the ready position.
You're right, it's very difficult as a bowler to get into a great position for cotton ball in the same follow through. Meanwhile, this one, it was a googly, picked up really well by the batsman, played it towards onside.
$24 on board, and mind you, the extras are 12. The extra percentage at this stage is 50%. Oh my god, we saw 31 extras in the first innings, and now looks like there's a race of extras.
This time, Yacht himself will be getting a no, won't be getting a single. 4 overs gone, 24 for 1.
Sultan changes ends. Oh, what was that? He tried to stop that and then kicked the ball away. We'll get a couple of runs courtesy that footballing action. He ran in hard, attacked the ball, and then literally booted the ball away towards mid-off, beg your pardon.
Wasn't able to position himself really well. This one, an arm ball, played it really well. It's a dangerous shot against that sort of a delivery. You miss, definitely will hit the stumps. He's bowling wicket to wicket.
Swept, and will get the first boundary of the day for the Invergy Lions. Dragged it from wide outside off towards square leg. Good ploy. Hasib gets a boundary.
Way outside the off stump, he manufactured that shot. That will definitely give some confidence to Hasib, who's batting on 8. But look at that required run rate, almost touching 11. Played on. In a half of the bat was in contact and hits him on the stumps. He moved a bit to play towards that backward point region. His fielder was inside the 30-yard circle. He's not happy, Hasibur Rahman. Could only managed to score 8. And IIL, they lose their second wicket. new batsman in is Mohammad Umar Naeem. There's a slip in place for the southpaw. This one wraps him on the pad. Appeal, but umpire says no. The quicker one from Sultan.
Well, yeah, did wrap on the pads, but then there's A going down, height, all of these factors. But from Sultan's perspective, I think it was just to induce pressure. And that'll be a single to end the over. 5 overs gone, 31 for 2.
Muzammil will continue from the school end. Slip for Naeem. He's coming round the wicket and over the bowler's head. Chase for long off fielder there. Just a single. To talk about the strategy and what should IL batters should do from here on, I've got Ahmed Khwaja in place of Neil. Welcome, mate.
Thank you very much, Srijit. Yeah, it's been trial by spin so far, and they're finding it difficult out there. Nicely cut away behind point. That's a beautiful shot by Mohammad Anwar Khan. Latched onto that poor delivery.
His eyes lit up the moment he saw it was shot wide outside the off stump, and was enough for Anwar to position himself and get those boundary. Batting on 12. As this time comes down the track, what a shot that! Extra cover fielder, mere spectator on that occasion.
Fantastic thinking there by Mohammad Anwar Khan. He knew this time it would be fuller, so was proactive, used his feet and absolutely smoked through extra cover. Fantastic batting.
This is turning out to be an expensive over. Googly really picked up well by Anwar towards the backward square leg now. 3 back-to-back boundaries.
Well, this is a master class of batting versus spin by Mohammad Anwar Khan. First the back cut, then that extra cover drive, and then the pull shot over square leg. Simply sublime. Fantastic stuff.
No matter you push this batsman onto the back foot or to the front foot, he's very strong. Again, this time it looks very close, but umpire says no, was a googly.
Well, that was very close indeed there, Srijit. Perhaps just sliding down leg. Let's take a look. It didn't rise up as he was expecting, and that's mighty close. He's a lucky chappy to still be there. Extended appeal but refused.
Flighted delivery on the off stick, played it defensively for the bowler, could move towards his right and collect it. Just a single. 6 overs gone, 45 for 2 IL. Sultan will continue from the academy end. Bowled really well. Got 2 wickets. Can he break this partnership? No slip in place on the off stick. Played it with soft hands for a quick single.
Well, Mohammad Anwar Khan has been in very good touch throughout the Arabian Cricket League, making big scores consistently, and you can see why. He applies himself so well at the crease in every innings, doesn't give his wicket away at all.
They need runs. They need at least 3 boundaries every over. This time on the leg stick, wicketkeeper couldn't gather it properly. Wanted second, but Naeem says no. Leg by, signal by the umpire.
Yeah, Umar Naeem just moving around in his crease, has to be careful because Sultan Ahmed likes to bowl stump to stump. That's his area of strength. Got him 2 wickets so far.
Bring round the wicket, arm ball, and they're off for a single. It was an excellent delivery from Sultan.
Gripped on the surface there and came in pretty sharply. Beautifully bowled by Sultan. He seems to be in good bowling rhythm here.
He can bowl with the new ball. He can turn the ball at will at any given point in time. This one looks very, very close. Appeal, but umpire says no.
Well, I think that must have been pitching outside leg. That's the only thing that could saved Umar Naeem there. Let's take a look. Once again. Oh, a big inside edge given as runs. Well, there you go, Srijit.
Excellent line, excellent length. Again, coming into the right-handed batsman. Inner half of the bat was in contact. Excellent work by the wicketkeeper as well.
And they have plenty of spinners in this side. Sultan Ahmed, Nasir Aziz, Muzammil Qasim, Mujahat Rasool can bowl a bit of leg break as well. And we saw how the 2 spinners bowled for the Lions as well. Mohammad Anwar himself and of course Shah Nawaz.
Oh, this one. Was there any bat involved? We'll have to wait and watch. 4 runs.
Yeah, off the bat, close the face and genuine outside edge. Nobody had slipped. Well, Sultan Ahmed, you have 2 wickets to your name. You're a very senior member of the squad. You can demand a slip fielder, but you didn't have one. 50 raised with that streaky boundary. 54 for 2. Well, 54 for 2. Steady stuff from the bowlers. 2 for 18 for Sultan Ahmed. But take a look at that. 13 extras in just 7 overs. That's very poor, Srijit.
Still we have 13 overs to go. Will we see half century? As far as extras are concerned, we'll have to wait and watch. As we speak, change in bowling. Nasir Aziz for the first time has been introduced. Be coming from school end. And extra cover there for the right-handed batsman, slightly shorter in length. On the back foot Anwar goes, he pulls it towards deep mid wicket. Just a single. 145 runs required. But look at the required run rate. It's above 11. It's not easy to play against the likes of Nasir Aziz. Very tricky customer. He's got those doosras, those quicker one. It's coming round the wicket to Naeem. This one looks close, but again umpire says no.
Well, umpire Mujahid is in the firing line. Let's take a look at this one. Turning in and perhaps missing leg there. But they're certainly making that ball nip off the surface, the spinners for Ajman Hereos. And Umar Naeem is struggling big time.
Again a loopy delivery. Stayed a bit low. That's what Naeem is indicating to his partner.
Yeah, he's just telling him to push the ones, don't play across the line. Right idea.
This time inner half of the bat was in contact. Good thing about Nasir Aziz and especially spinners from Ajman Hereos is that they are bowling wicket to wicket, not giving any loose deliveries.
Yeah, they're asking the questions around the front pad. They've struck it a fair few times, and it's only a matter of time before they get one right.
It's turning out to be an excellent over. Pushing the batsman onto the back foot. Just a single. They need to improvise. They need to make sure that they're getting runs. These are tight overs and this will definitely put them under immense pressure. Remember, we are into 8th over. Final delivery to be bowled. Backward point, extra cover. This one slightly quicker. He's mixing his line really well. Just a single 8 overs gone. 58 for 2 IL. Wajahat Rasool for the first time been introduced. He'll be up against the left-handed batsman.
Yeah, he bowls that flat leg break. So they've recognized that spin is the way to go on this pitch, and I think he's a very good move here.
This one was slightly quicker. It's a brave move because he'll be turning the ball into the left-handed batsman. And remember, there's protection in the deep. Slightly shorter in length. Attempted pull shot. Just a single.
Well, he'll get more bounce than Sultan Ahmed because he's taller and bowls wrist spin. But honestly, the way Sultan was going, I would have given him all 4 overs on the trot. In such wonderful rhythm, 2 wickets to his name already. He hadn't done anything wrong, Sujit.
He's a great bowler, experienced bowler. I don't know what is there in the mind of the skipper, but still they are doing well, not allowing these 2 batters to go and score runs freely. Slightly shorter in length again.
Well, I feel the way Umar Naeem is struggling right now, 10 of 12, it has to be Mohammad Anwar Khan who has to do something extraordinary. Required run rate is already up to 12.2, so something has got to give.
Not tossing the ball up, bowling quicker deliveries, just a single. But good thing is that they are not leaking runs, they're not getting boundaries.
Well, we saw with Sultan, he was just firing the ball in and still getting it to grip, especially that armour. So I think that's the way to go. You bowl it into the pitch, no need to flight it, and you will get a response.
It's a skill with the new ball. If you are able to grip and bowl in the areas which you want to, he's a skillful bowler, Sultan. Takes it as full toss and plays it towards long off, looking for the second. This could be close, but no.
Well, in fact, they've taken an overthrow. But why did Wajahat Rasool not grab the ball? Sultan Ahmed at long off saying exactly the same. You had enough time to collect and whip off the bails. Instead, he chanced on that direct throw from the deep. Very lucky escape there for Mohammad Anwar Khan. They pick up 3 instead.
This time in line with the middle stake, it's in the air. No chance for the deep fielder. 4 runs.
Well, where was he fielding? He was way to in, perhaps 8 to 10 yards. Sweet pick up by Umar Naeem, and Sanchit was in no man's land. Frustrating for the bowler Wajahat Rasool. They conclude the over with a boundary, 68 for 2.
Nasir Aziz will continue. Slightly fuller, comes down the track and flicks it towards onside. Completed one, looking for the second. But Naeem says no. Good decision.
And that's the way they need Umar Naeem to bat. He has to take some chances and let Mohammad Anwar shepherd the innings along. They need 1 boundary per over minimum, if not more.
They have to take that calculated risk. They have to manufacture shot, which so far we haven't seen. This time round the wicket, swing and a miss, was very close to the off stump.
Well, he always plays across the line, Umar Naeem. That's the problem. With experienced campaigners like Sultan and Nasir Aziz, it's only a matter of time they get you out.
That's a tempting line. Pushing the batsman onto the front foot. And will go cross for the second. Good running between the wickets.
Playing against the spin there. Hit the splice of the bat, but luckily nobody in that catching extra cover position. I'd like the fielding to be a bit more attacking here. Have some more fielders close in. Cut off that oxygen of 1s and 2s as well.
You're right. Be a great move if they can have that short extra cover. He's tossing the ball up. And this one came back in sharply. Played it. This looks very close. But no. Waiver throw.
Well, that was the seam up delivery. Was swinging in late into his pads. Thankfully, he played straight. That's what I was mentioning. If you play across the line, they will figure you out. So smartly, he's playing a lot straighter to them.
Finally, third man up in the circle for Naeem. Again, a tossed up delivery. Couldn't stop it. Just a single.
Well, he seems to be batting with a lot more calm now. 20 of 18. It's still a slightly laborious innings. But as long as he's there, the Lions will have hope. We have seen those big scores chased down on this venue. So it's certainly possible if you take the game deep.
They have lost just 2 wickets. And this time it comes down the track, not from the middle of the blade. Oh, had that been a direct hit, would have gone.
Well, first the outside edge, then that suicidal single. Let's take a look here. Threw it up, went for it, Anwar, bounced in front of the short third. And Umar Naeem, he would have been gone by miles. Poor throw there to the keeper Saqib Ali. 75 for 2 at the halfway stage. Wajahat Rasool will continue. Partnership has moved on to 45 runs, so it's doing its job so far. Pulled away by Mohammad Anwar Khan. That was absolutely glorious. Read the length so quickly. Jumped onto the back foot and all along the carpet. No chance for the deep mid wicket. Fabulous shot. He is a stylish player. 36 of 30 now. And Wajahat has conceded an early boundary, so this move to bring him on has not clearly paid off so far. Short delivery, cut away. Well, he'll be frustrated there, Anwar. That should have been carted behind point for a boundary. And Neil Ojha, this run chase is building up nicely here.
Oh, absolutely. The way they have studied the ship there, Naeem and Anwar, both these guys, a partnership of 50 between them.
Another swipe across the line. He's been reviewed against, well, called against LBW at least 4 or 5 times. So far the umpires have said no. But you're walking on thin ice, my friend Omar Naeem. You have to play straight. And this time, his tortuous innings comes to an end. Stepped out of the crease. A good old-fashioned hoik attempted. Did not make a connection. And easy stumping for Saqib Ali. Wajahat Rasool, the move to bring him in pays off. Has to depart for a run of ball 20. Stumped by Saqib Ali, 80 for 3. New batter is Junaid Jao, JJ, coming in at number 5. Was opening for the Lions early in the tournament, so gradually slid down the order. Perhaps he'll be more comfortable batting with the spread field here, Neil.
Well, yeah, though the requirement here is of 13 per over, so even if it's a spread field, he still needs to find those boundaries.
Forced off the back foot to point. And Wajahat is not going to do anything fancy with the ball. Flat leggies. If it grips, fine. If it doesn't, well, he's a part-time bowler and he's got a wicket already to his name. He's done his job for the day.
Again, a tossed up delivery will be a single, and that should be the end of the over. 11 overs gone, 81 for 3. Shortish delivery, and will be a single there as Aziz comes into bowl. Nasir Aziz, very, very experienced. I'm sure his cricketing started before any grounds were built in the UAE.
Well, I think only Sharjah was built, certainly. Or maybe that will need to be verified as well. They're running for 2 and Junaid Jawa was done there. Nasir Aziz letting that throw come through once again. And he was absolutely gone dead to rights.
Well, yeah. I remember playing alongside Nasir Aziz in 2011 when I arrived here in the country.
Well, now you're aging yourself. Be careful.
I didn't say that I was any older than 19.
More or less using those inequality equations.
Well, I was just trying to tell you that how Nasir has been absolutely ageless in his years of playing, still as effective, still as fit, still could give run to any of these youngsters for money.
In fact, he's fitter than most. Probably one of the fittest cricketers in the UAE. Like you mentioned, ageless, consistent, and a match winner in his own right. And that's why he's still having success at the highest level in the domestic scene.
Yeah, Nasir Aziz played for the UAE national side and has been amongst one of those guys who played back then and still playing extremely competitive cricket.
Well, all of these young spinners like Karthik Mayappan, Aditya Shetty recently called up to the UAE ODI squad. Oh, picked up and gone towards wideish long on. Won't clear the fielder. And they're running hard. Oh, this could be a run out and given. Well, Junaid Javo, he is not a fleet runner between the wickets. Fleet of foot rather. And eventually he had to give it up. Lofted shot on the leg side. No mistake made by the fielder. Good throw. And Nasir Aziz made it look simple. He was out by yards.
Well, yeah, Sanchit Sharma with that throw right on the money. Nasir Aziz does the cleanup act. And there's 88 for 4. Every time they've tried to build a partnership, the Lions, it's been broken by one of these lads.
Well, I think this is the best batting pair that they can muster after Waqas Tariq got out. Muhammad Anwar and Muhammad Umar played a fabulous cameo earlier in the tournament. But they have a lot of work to do. 89 for 4. 8 overs to go. And the target is a long way away. Wajahat Rasool getting an extended spell because of his success in the previous over. Adnan Arif shuffling his pack. Plenty of spin options. All along the carpet, long off on the move. Sultan Ahmed. Well, look at that splash he made in the outfield. How dewy is it out there, Niloja?
No, nothing. There's no way that you can tackle this. The ground is looking like a swimming pool, I can tell you. You can put in a dive and win an Olympics medal.
Yeah, get your speedos on in yellow color, Ajman Hereos.
Now that's not going to be a pretty sight, I tell you.
Nicely glided. And they're taking one. That's a poor fielding effort. Was that Khalid Shah at short third?
I think it was Khalid. Very, very unlike him. Very unlike him. He's normally the kind of fielder that would charge on the ball. Waited on his heels.
Yeah, that's not good enough for a top player like him. He needs to be a lot sharper in the field. Worked on to mid-wicket, and look at that. That ball is creating a wave in the outfield here as it skittles along.
Yeah, a lot of dew. A lot of dew. You could fill in at least 27 buckets of water with this dew.
And that is what's frustrating about the Lions. If they had taken the game deep, that wet ball, caught a ball, missed there by Wajahat Rasool, and umpire Vipin Singh moving sharply as well.
Well, umpires these days, they've learned how to take evasive action. Most of them extremely fit and have nimble legs. Look at this.
And you say that laughingly, but it's very true. It's a matter of survival these days with the way the likes of Tim David, Glenn Maxwell and the likes Hardik Pandya strike the ball. Inside edge and bowled. Very poor shot from Mohammad Umar. Playing across the line to a leggy, and he's chopped it on. Another wicket departs.
Yeah, he should have learned from his partner how Anwar had been playing straight. He was stepping down, playing him straight, stepping down, playing him straight. No need to go across, and he pays the price. 94 for 5 after 13. Straight, and fielder will do a good job at stopping that, otherwise he would have had been on the receiving end of Nasir Aziz.
Sayyid Muhammad Danish, the new batter in, and now it's looking unlikely. Required run rate has leapt up to 15.4. Just playing that into the gap at cover. So Ajman Heroes looks like they will make a successful debut in the tournament.
Well, with the bat they definitely have shown their powers, and now with the ball they're also trying to stifle up. Slightly short, but again look at this. Oh, poor! Come on, Sanchit Sharma.
Well, the technique wasn't right on that fielding effort. Didn't get that barrier down, and it can happen to the best of us. One of the best fielders in UAE. Right through the legs.
Oh, you're right. Does happen. Just when you take your eyes off the ball, probably take it a little easy, considering the fact that the ball wasn't really coming onto him quick. Will be a single there, and with that single, that'll be Anwar's 50. What a patient knock coming in from Anwar. He's done extremely well for himself and for his side. Needs to stay there long and needs partners.
Third 50 of the tournament for him. He's been the epitome of consistency for the Lions. Played across the pad, has to be careful. He will clip it for a single. It brings up their 100. And if this was a batting first effort, they hadn't done too badly.
I'm completely with you on this. 100 in 13.5, going at about 7 plus. It just tells you the story of how good Ajman Heroes have batted. 50 of 42 in response to 199. Stepping down, and he's gone big, but not enough. Sanchit Sharma will come into play. That's the longer side of the boundary. 14 gone, 101 for 5.
Pulled away in the air, long on, won't get there, Rahul Chopra. Good throw on the move, but now you can see Anwar is looking to take chances.
Yeah, he's completed his 50, he's got the license, but then I personally feel that he should be the man who should stay and let the new ones joining him take the opposition to attack, because if he falls, I don't know if there are many who can continue what he's doing.
Yeah, most certainly. The likes of Umar Naeem, Muhammad Umar, and now Syed Muhammad Danish needed to chip in with the big shots, not quite been able to pull it off. So will Anwar take the game by the scruff of the neck here, try to do it all on his own.
No connection, he's just trying to go a little too hard. They're going for the second. That's brilliant running. And I would say a slightly lazy feeling and overthrows. They're getting the third one.
The Heroes have been sloppy in the field. There's no other word for it. A lot of extras, a lot of overthrows. The Lions had given away 31 extras, Neil. Subtract that and this game could have been neck and neck.
14 extras while the Ajman Heroes are bowling. And mind you, at one point in time, Ajman Heroes were on the similar track. This time going towards fine leg. Is there someone to cut it away? Oh, a last bit reaction there. Get a couple of runs.
Well, that must have been an oversight. There was literally nobody at short fine. And the outfield has become so sluggish. It didn't run away for 4. But it's been a productive over. They've got the runs.
Last 5 overs, no boundaries.
Last 5 overs, no boundaries. We get that information from our stats team. Stepping down, trying to get that. Now this is going to be difficult. It's not going to be very easy to get a boundary from an outfield like this. It's wet, it's heavy. Plus, the more you roll the ball in the ground by playing like that, the more the ball gets heavier. And once the ball gets heavier, it becomes all the more difficult to hit it through the line, to go aerial. And the best option that Anwar has is to keep hitting it all along the carpet. And now he's gone big. He's just defied physics, he's just defied my logic, and he's gone for a maximum.
Wonderful use of the feet, lofting it right over the bowler. That's a princely looking maximum from Muhammad Anwar Khan. He moves to 61 not out and is batting fabulously. 115 for 5 at the end of 15. 85 needed of the last 30. Well, it will take a miracle, but miracles certainly happen.
Sultan Ahmed will continue. 3 overs for just 18 and has picked up 2 wickets. He's bowled absolutely tight, not giving anything whatsoever. And to talk about him and the other 4 overs, we've got Shujit joining us.
Thank you, Neil. Excellent delivery that from Sultan. He knew that batsman was moving towards the leg to get some room and play towards extra cover. What does he do? He fires in. And a slow one on the off stick. Straight to Sanchit, just a single. They couldn't really capitalize the first 6 overs. They knew that they are chasing a target of 200. They didn't plan really well, I would say.
Again, a cross-batted straight shot. In these wet outfields. Oh, look at that. Run out there. Wanted to go for the second. Tried to test the throw.
Was trying to play towards onside. It was an arm ball. Almost on the top half of the bat was in contact, and look at that. Gathered it and dislodged the bail. 116, and they have lost their 5th wicket. Slightly quicker through the air, wanted to come down the track and play a big heave-ho in a half of the bat. Ricochets onto his pads and no runs. They need big overs, but that is not coming their way thanks to some excellent bowling. Look at that. Quicker through the air, very risky. 24 deliveries, 82 runs required.
What Sultan is bowling is absolute gold. He's picked up a wicket at regular intervals. Yes, this wicket won't get credit to him, the run out, but still a wicket in his over. It happens because he creates that kind of pressure on the batters, and also he bowls those overs really quick. We just started this a while back and it's already over. 16 gone, 119 for 6.
Sanchit has been introduced way outside the off stump. Maybe that due wasn't able to really grip the ball. Trying for that Yorker delivery. Look at that.
Yeah, a full length delivery is what he was looking for, but ended up being a wide. It does get difficult to grip the ball. Not very easy, these conditions.
This time he finds his right on the off stick, plays it defensively for a single. It's a learning phase, I would say. Remember, it's the very first game for Ajman. They did well with the bat. They know that this game is almost in their hands. What they can do is prepare themselves for the bigger ones.
Wanted to go big. Again, not proper connection, and that's been the story for the Infusion Invergy Lions. They've been wanting to go big, they've been trying to go big, but now the connections haven't been clean. Just a single there. He's bowled well, Sanchit. Look at his numbers. 2.2 overs, it's just 11 runs. Yes, he's not been lucky with the wickets, but I tell you, this is good enough.
And especially what he did in the power play. Bangs in shot. And Etisham had no clue whatsoever. Couldn't really judge the pace, the bounce. And one for the over signal by the umpire. I think Sanchit, he did his part in the very first 6 overs where he bowled crucial 2 overs where batsmen were looking to hit big and get runs quickly. He choked the flow of runs. Slow one. He's mixing his line, mixing his length. Quality bowler he is.
He's a good kid, I can tell you that. He's a very, very sensible guy. Extremely hard working. And you can see the results. You can see the results in the numbers. Yes, I agree that not every day is going to be the same. Someday he will be taken for runs. Someday the wicket column will be empty. But if you're consistent, if you're thinking, if you're able to deliver what you're trading, I think that's a very good start.
This time slightly fuller. Played it towards onside. In the gap. 4 runs.
Well, yeah, that one off in middle stump line. Played it towards the cow corner. And I think even the fielders are going slightly easy on these shots. Why? Because the outfield is extremely wet. You have to be a little cautious. Probably it runs in the back of your mind that maybe I should not really put in 200%. Maybe let's go a little slow on that.
Full toss. Couldn't really capitalize on to that one. Dot to end the over. 17 overs gone. 127 for 6. Muzammil will come and bowl the third over. Excellent delivery there. Equally well played.
Ehtisham on 4, Anwar 68. 72 required of 17, and they'll have to go aerial literally every ball. And Sanchit Sharma, he'll take the catch. He's not going to miss these. Anwar, a fighting 68, and he will have to walk back. There was no other option but this, and he went for it. Sanchit Sharma, safe pair of hands, and that should be the end of his innings.
Excellent take there in the deep. Not an easy task. Mohammad Anwar Khan, yet another magnificent innings coming to an end. 68 of 53, 128 for 7. Flighted delivery, probably a googly, and Salim was on to the back foot trying to cut that one. Good delivery, good thinking by Muzammil.
Again going for the big one, no connection whatsoever. Dot ball. Muzammil, he's just trying to quickly bowl through his over, not giving any time whatsoever for the batter to settle in.
Oh, how that can miss the stumps, and there was a chance of a run out. Sloppy fielding.
No, I personally feel that Muzammil wasn't ready for that. He probably wasn't prepared for the ball to come at him. The wicketkeeper went for it, picked up a quick throw. Muzammil, look at that. Where should he should have been standing on the outer side. Not to be so this time. Will be a couple of runs. It's an easy effort.
18 overs completed, and Infusion lines 131 for 7.
Sanjit Sharma. Right up in the air, big one, and it's been dispatched. The very first delivery that he bowls in the fresh over. Maximum.
Mid-off was Sajid 30 yard circle, and look at that. Cleared his front leg and over the long offence. Excellent shot. Was very late. Salim, he enjoyed that.
Yeah, the 11 deliveries that have to come now, they have to score 11 sixes to win. Alright, let's do this. 10 sixes and a boundary. You still can win this.
Can Salim? Third look at that. Not happy with the field placement. Is deep mid wicket. Backward square leg. Third man up in the circle. Backward point. Bangs in shot. Pull shot comes in. It's up in the air. And over the fence for 6.
There is more drama waiting for you. Who said the game was over? Sanchit Sharma has started conceding. 2 sixes in 2 deliveries. We told you the equation is get in 10 more sixes and you still can win this game, and they've got a couple already.
Well, we were talking about how beautifully Sanchit bowled first 2 overs, and now back-to-back sixes. Pressure on Sanchit. Slow one. That's what you need to do on the surface.
Salim is asking if that was a wide. No, that's not going to be called a wide. He'd taken the pace off, kept it away from the arc of Salim, because realized that you bowl at just back of the length in the arc. Salim will swing hard. Don't want to do that.
He's having an open stance. Definitely eyeing that V and onside. Again, swing and a miss.
And again, a slower one.
That's what you need to do. We saw bowlers really getting some assistance the moment they roll the fingers over the ball. And Sanchit now relying on that cutter, off cutter.
One thing for sure, that he's made a good comeback after those 2 sixes. A good head on those shoulders. Banged it short this time, and the result will still be away from Sanchit. A streaky boundary.
Took his eyes away. That's what Sanchit said to his skipper. It was a back of limb delivery, and was very lucky that there was no fielder in the deep. Lucky escape there for Salim, who's batting on 17. Look at the field setup.
No, the debate over here is going to be the same. Should he have continued with the slower ones? Because the quicker he's bowling, with the connection of Salim's bat, the ball is literally flying everywhere. Should he have stayed bowling the slower ones? He tries to bowl that slower one now. And again it's a 6. What an over this has been. 22 runs of this over, 3 sixes and a 4. Yes, mathematically the game is away and out from the Lions, but they are not leaving the feast of runs here.
Look at that, once again clearing his front leg. There's a fielder at long on, spectator. 19 overs gone, 153 for 7.
Last over, and spinner bowling a last over. How often do you get to see that? 4 runs on the very first delivery.
Was full, and that was enough for Etisham. That's what they can do at this point in time. Enjoy the batting, get some runs, embrace your team management. Maybe you'll get promoted in the next match. 10 of 7 deliveries.
He's gone big, down on one knee. Etisham, he punches. A pack full of powerful stroke making.
That was a good shot from Etisham. Look at that. Was turning away, but still he managed to get it right from the middle of the blade. Classy shot that. And Etisham having a word with the wicket keeper, telling him it was a difficult one, but still managed to get it away from that fielder at long on. Long on, long off, patrolling the fence. Finally inside the circle, third man up in the circle. This time on the onside, it's in the air, and well, he collected it, but momentum took him over that rope. It's a 6.
I'm telling you that this game is definitely mathematically over, but I'm loving what the Lions are doing here. Oh, he took the catch outside the boundary line. Didn't he realize that? Sanchit Sharma. 4-6-6. Fireworks here at Dubai Sports City. This is the ICC Academy Ovals. 31 or 3 required, and I tell you, if there was one more over left, this game was definitely the pockets of the Lions.
We haven't seen much from Ihtisham in this tournament. It was a googly again picked up. One bounce straight to Sanchit. Just a single looking for the second. Would be close. He's gone, I guess.
Yes, he's been given. He tried everything, and I like this. You put in that kind of an effort. Sanchit Sharma gets one more run out. He's done well in the field. A couple of run outs through him. A catch. And Ihtisham will have to walk back. That's wicket number 7.
8. Sorry.
Two more deliveries to go. A massive swing, and the ball just barely manages to reach the 30-yard circle. Nasser Aziz will do the cleanup act. One last delivery to go.
This will be their third defeat. Remember, they are playing their 5th match. They have 4 points. The points table. They have to make sure that their middle order is really strong. Top order really couldn't fire. Comes down the track, misses, and wicket keeper dislodges the bail. There you go, another wicket goes down. With an excellent delivery. And that's it. 20 overs completed, and Infusion Invergy Lions could only manage to score 171 runs. Some magnificent bowling performance by Ajman Hereos. Remember, they are playing their very first game.
It's a very good side. We've seen how they dominated with the bat. With the ball, they could have done better, but they'll take the win. They'll take the win nonetheless. It was a late fire that came in from the Lions, but wasn't enough. Only and only if they would have started doing this, probably 4 overs early, then they would have made a case for themselves. Maybe the bowlers would have faltered. Maybe they would have gone the back foot a little earlier. The last 2 overs, Ajman Hereos conceded a lot.
No doubt, Anwar really batted well. But another positive, I would say, is Ihtisham Siddiqui. He batted really well with purpose. 10 deliveries, 23. I think he should be promoted up the order.
I agree with you. I completely agree. He's a very, very solid bat, a strong hitter, and mind you, 40 runs have come in, and these guys, Ihtisham and Kamran, ensured that they get all 40 in the last 2. Sanchit Sharma's over and the last over.
Well, there you go. That's how Ajman bowlers fared in this tournament, in this match. Sanchit Sharma, 4 overs, none for 38. It was very expensive in the second spell.
This is the last over, in fact.
Yeah, that last over that completely changed the complexion as far as Sanchit's bowling analysis is concerned. Sultan Ahmed, Muzammil Qasim and Wazahat Rasool picking up 2 wickets apiece.
Alright, so the match summary over here. Ajman Hereos batting first, 199. Top scorer Adnan Arif, 42 of 23. He was given good company as Khalid Shah and Sagar Kalyan started off really, really well. Mohammad Anwar Khan was amongst the wickets. Kamran Salim also picking up 2, but they were expensive. Infusion Invergy Lions, when they came back, they started off well. Anwar Khan was losing partners, and at the fag end of the innings, Sham and Kamran Salim, they wrapped up the match, scoring some really quick runs, but ended up losing by 28 runs. Ajman Hereos winning this game by 28 runs, and we'll step down for our post-match presentation. But before that, we should tell you that tomorrow we got a fantastic game lined up. Pacific Group takes on International Warriors. I tell you, Pacific Group definitely has their nose, head, arm and 1 foot ahead in this race against International Warriors. Now let's head down with Ahmed Khwaja for the post-match presentation.
हेलो
Oh my god, new mic? Better or worse mic? Audio test, 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 audio test, test. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we welcome everyone to the post-match presentation of the SkyX.net ICC Academy Arabian Cricket League powered by FanCode. Before we begin, firstly, we would like to thank the ICC Academy and all the administration involved behind the scenes for its support in hosting this level of a tournament. We would also like to thank our sponsors, our official streaming partner FanCode, our title sponsor SkyX.net, and our event partner TCM. In the 28th match of the tournament, Ajman Hereos has defeated Infusion Invergy Lions by just 28 runs. Commencing ahead, we will now be announcing the name of the player of the match. The award will be presented by Mr. Tehseen Javed, our match referee, and the player of the match award goes to Sultan Ahmed of the Heroes for his 11 runs, 2 for 22 and a run out in the field as well. A pure all-round performance from the all-rounder. सुल्तान भाई, पहली बात तो बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो. पहला मैच था टूर्नामेंट का और सबने कंट्रीब्यूट किया, बॉलिंग में भी, बैटिंग में भी, फील्डिंग में भी.
जी बिल्कुल, पहला हमारा मैच था. ये है कि सबने जान मारी है, एफर्ट की है, तो इंशाल्लाह भी मैच बहुत ज़्यादा है, तो इसी तरह खेलते रहेंगे इंशाल्लाह.
अच्छा, वैसे ड्यू और नमी बहुत ज़्यादा थी, तो एज अ स्पिन बॉलर आपका क्या गेम प्लान था इधर, कैसे आपने बॉलिंग कराई है?
मैं ऑलरेडी यूज्ड हूँ इस ड्यू में, काफ़ी साल से पावर प्ले में बॉलिंग करता हूँ, तो मैं ऑलरेडी यूज़ हूँ कि ऐसी कंडीशन में बॉलिंग कर सकता हूँ.
और ये प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच आप किसके नाम करना चाहेंगे?
किसी के ज़्यादा नहीं है, स्पेशल नहीं है, लेकिन यह है कि बॉलिंग में थोड़ा मैं जो है ना स्टम्प टू स्टम्प बॉल करता हूँ, कोशिश करता हूँ कि कंटेन बॉलिंग करूँ, अगर 1-2 विकेट आ जाए तो वो है, तो बाकी मैं अपनी टीम के नाम ही करूँगा. सब ने जो है ना अच्छा खेला है. थैंक यू.
Outstanding performance, Sultan bhai.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, that was the ever smiling Sultan Ahmed with a deserved player of the match performance. That's all from here tonight at the Arabian Cricket League. Join us tomorrow. We'll have a double header Sunday, so a lot more action to come. Take care and good night. Tell me now.